This is week number 14 of Memorizing the Scriptures. This verse is in John chapter 7, verse 37, in the context of being in the festival about the Waters Festival. So Jesus is in the temple and they are participating, about in the festival. So in the verse 37 says, on the last day, the climax of the festival, Jesus stood and shouted to the crowds, "Anyone who is thirsty may come to me." So as I said, this was in a festival, this was in a very crowded place, and Jesus stood and said that. Of course, for people around that, or around in the place, that would be very much kind of daring, maybe, to say something like that, because they have in their logic about what was happening before, even before, when Jesus said that he is returning to the one who sent him, and you cannot go with me. So those kind of questions, those kind of statements, and the people would be wondering what does he mean? Where going where? And we cannot go. It was just in the middle of those kind of questions. And in this book, in those verses, it just it's in different kind of scenes. So that's in the first scene, let's say, that they had Jesus made those statements, and then they moved to this scene about them being in the festival, and Jesus say that whoever is thirsty may come to me. So it's that invitation as well. And of course, I was reflecting on my own self as well. I am very, very much logical. I tend to think in a very rational way, and I can imagine certain things. I can be very, into fantasy and stuff, but not overall. Overall, I would be very much into logic, or things that are, there should be smart, or there should be rational explanation about things. But of course, I try to trust in God that He does miracles in miraculous way. But still, it's hard. So that's why I would be in the position that those people were in that context, in that place, because they were leaders as well, Jewish leaders. The Pharisees, they would be very much into studying the scriptures, and the law, and the traditions, so they have their logic. Let's say, okay, this should be this way. And then Jesus comes and it's totally out of the box, kind of thing. So in my own sense, I would say, yeah, I have certain things that I can be very logical, I can be very intelligent, but in Jesus, Jesus gives me a different kind of perspective, and also acknowledging that He left the world when He, after the resurrection, but He gave us the Holy Spirit. So the Holy Spirit is what is present right now, here, with me, there, with you. is the Holy Spirit. And the Holy Spirit should be like someone that you rely on. Because it's like a person. It's a person from that Jesus gave us. Sorry, I'm thinking in my own language, like because I know the verses as well when Jesus goes back to heaven, and so it's in my mind in Spanish. So the Holy Spirit is a comforter, and that's something that's very encouraging for me, because this last week we changed the time here in Dublin, and of course, like you can see, the day getting much shorter, and it's cold. It's very humid. It rains, and sometimes it's nice. You see the sun, but it's still cold, and that kind of atmosphere, and it's not helping with my mental health. And it's just from myself, like I was feeling down in the last week. So I was trying to kind of seek more answers, like but Jesus, I really want to do like whatever you did, like in the past when you were here. And Jesus struggled in the same way that we humans struggle. He understands it very, very well. But just sometimes I feel like very lonely, because I wish to get a full deep connection with other human beings, but it's very challenging. It's just the type of person I am, maybe. As I said, like I can be very rational, very logical in certain things, and it can be hard as well to connect with others. But anyways, like I was thinking about it, and actually the last few days I started remembering again about the Holy Spirit. So and in this verse, when is the festival, about the waters, living waters. So Jesus gives us those living waters, and it's the Holy Spirit, and the Holy Spirit has no end. Is available there anytime, anywhere. It's just there, and you need to kind of grab it. I would say, like, I need to grab it. So that's my reflection on this verse, because things been getting a bit like kind of tough introspectively. I don't know if that's the word, like internally myself. But I'm not. This is not new for me. But anyways, like I hope that whenever you are feeling that empty or alone, you can always ask Jesus to remind you about the Holy Spirit, and the living waters are available whenever you are. Right now, if you're watching this video, or whenever you feel that maybe you don't belong, you belong to Christ, and the Holy Spirit is there. The Holy Spirit can give you a hug, and the Holy Spirit can be the comforter. Yes, will give you comfort, and be surrounded with people as well who are in this understanding of Christ and Christianity. That can be a really good help. So that would be my encouragement for you. But for me, this was my reflection, that this was a good reminder that Jesus provides the waters. So whoever is thirsty, whoever is seeking something, to fulfill their lives, they can go to Jesus. And also remember that the Holy Spirit is there for you. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.